have you? Or do you? I know you do. Or do you ever feel clever with the words and not wrangle and turns into part like ancient history? How do you ever know what's for the win, for this, not for whatever? I guess it's clever than clever for the thinking it could be done. Whoever. Overthink myself for this to the mishap. Lateral of you for the overthinking the actions and what I would do for this to be the certain what was done. And I don't know. Or do I do? Know it you do too. This or have you won for this not just win, but this if you can. But if you choose. But I'd rather have you than argument for the debating game for the something that was done for this not my fault. And I wish I was never to talk about deep discussions about the fate for this to give you up for the grabbing of the bait. Or do you ever feel so exhausted by the day to do or to just not say anything anymore any day? For let the silence be what it was made for the development of the self-respect for the hearts to become the December for the ways of the thought for the actions that frees me. Love is how I wish to seize and size me. I'm wrong all of the time, but there's even the excitement for the dumb enough to think the happy things it is for the love just as it is, just exploring the dreams between the light waves. And it withstands that make believe, and it's more exhilarating than believing in your miracles encounters religion. But the sign me up, and I know you do, for that I know you feel it too. For the exhausted, the defending of the side for your story, for the frustration, the exhausting as a stream. Tiring and enough of the hate, it being reason, or for you're angry, for they can't stand finding contradictions in your story. And I refuse to pass judgment anymore except in me, because I trust what you say, and perhaps I'm at fault. And I'm sorry. Your life is like that, for this life of this she makes you feel alive in the method. I make people feel for the repost. And hold grudges and to buy the pride of stupid people, for I am stupid too, for the Lord heaven. For the Lord heavens and I don't want to be. Lord in heaven and I don't want to be. And I know you do. You're so exhausted defending your good name for this, you side of the story, for this to always try to admit when I'm wrong, for I always apologize for the good reasonings. Though I know I'd rather overthink and do sometimes for the right thing, for that you blame me, I do too, for that you shouldn't have to defend your name anymore. Or yourself anymore. You're exhausted from that too, and I know you feel it, but I know you do too. What? Independence, sun gazing after the sunset, watching the clouds for the shine bright, yellow for the visiting over the you can find an invitation like that both the flame for thoughts to the brain. She comes and takes in this never too late, for this is beautiful and never the yet sorrowful. Gaze in the eyes and yet beastly wonderful enough for the she steals choices is absolute, for this is she's needy for the pleasing and greedy enough for the find easy. Her ears never listen but the striking, for you never leave bleeding. Your life is true beaming. Alive is despising her for this. Instead for this the weather abide to her. But all this fate is one path for this through her for the day or night. For she comes regarding her for the words or messenger for the lady your death is has life to despair. All in one basket. Put everything in. I'm had in one basket and I gave it to you. Hope we can get it to share for the trust and invest together for the growth like passionately for the bonding and stay within soul mate. And when the basket is taken away and I was left empty-handed for the lost, lonely, penniless and over your destitute. Bankrupt for this year, I've started over for this a little bit for the half of the left. But I have others and offers. But it would take the time for the trust again, for the choose carefully. And for the next time out of dirt, first to find for this to not give up for what feels like everything. I would use God with my guiding light in Him. I always have the self-worth regardless of the material decisions, and I, Him, my cup will always overflow. Loving you was misery, but I spared the heart, so I had to break mine for this hope. I love you much, just to find what couldn't leave you, for the ripping out the heart for this took the spine, only if you knew. I knew or what I needed to. But how do I tell you?